another video, and with it, another plea to subscribe to this channel. That's right. See this button? There. No, not that one. That one. Hit it. Just hit it with your rhythm stick and let the fun begin. Soon you'll be binge watching my videos while you binge eat Sun Chips or Razzles or hot tamales with cancer-causing red dye number 4. Think of it. Hit that subscribe button and let's get this party started. Let's go. The music business really used to be a business back in the day. It required a certain set of rules that we all had to follow in order to be part of the music business, to participate in the business of making the records, selling the records, and touring the records. Seems like a lifetime ago, and you know, it was. The 90s? Wow, long time ago. Those were the days when every rock band had a manager and a business manager, and every band guy on tour had his own roadie that took care of just him. William Morris was your agent, or ICM in our case. Capitol Records, Columbia Records, RCA Records, icons, the gods of Mount Olympus. Boo! There were huge radio stations in every major city, and you had to visit every single one of them when you were on tour. You had to kiss the ring because they were playing your record. You had to pay homage. There were 1,000 bands, and that meant 1,000 songs, all vying for that little bit of radio play. You made stupid, expensive videos for MTV, and hopefully you would get those videos played on MTV. That was the only way to tread water in those days, to stay alive. You toured on a big rock and roll bus for months at a time, like Sinbad on that golden voyage, being an opener on a major tour, jumping on another tour after that tour ended, and another after that ended, and so on. That was called tour support. It was real. Believe me, it was not a conspiracy theory. You toured so much that when you finally did get home after 10 months on the road, you didn't even recognize your own house. Your bus was your home. Your bunk was your bedroom. All these things used to be normal life for the working musician. Now, sadly, they're mostly gone. Flyout shows have replaced bus touring for most of us. Record companies don't really matter anymore because you don't really need them. Same with record stores. I mean, I guess there's still a couple of record stores still around, but for the most part, they're gone too. Rock radio, gone. All given way to Sirius and satellite radio and Spotify. I guess in the Midwest, there's still a few old school radio stations still around, but you know what? They're going to be replaced soon by robotics. I've got a few good friends that have been radio personalities for 30 years, and even they know that their time is coming to an end. A growing acceptance of the inevitability of it all. It's time to ride off in the sunset, Mr. Rock DJ. A lot of people's ways of life have gone by the wayside. DJs, VJs, clubs. There were 1 million clubs to play all over this wonderful country, but no more. Most of them are gone. Bus companies had their fleets of buses working nonstop every summer. Not anymore, because they're too damn expensive. There is a dawning realization among us working musicians that have been around for a while that maybe our way of life is slowly coming to an end. Fans are growing older, musicians are growing older. How long can we go on rocking and rolling until we're reduced to being avatars like ABBA? Who wants to pay to see that? Real ABBA is bad enough, but virtual ABBA, that. Alice Cooper is 77, so Sammy Hagar. Brian Johnson, bless his heart, he's 77 too, still doing it. Jagger is 81. It's absolutely unbelievable. You think Pete Townsend rused the day when he said, "Hope I die before I get old"? Because guess what? He's fucking old. And yet, we all keep going, singing, writing music. We band of brothers, we keep going. Some of us should probably quit, but nobody wants to. It's sort of wonderful and sort of tragic, you know? We're seeing the beginning of the end of the classic rock touring tradition. I'm soon to go on tour with my Love Hate Band. Really, it's just me. I'm sort of the sole survivor here. And guess what? Next year, it's the 35th anniversary of my first record, Blackout in the Red Room. 35 years. Wow, I can already feel the arthritis stiffening in my joints. So check this out. If you take this time frame into consideration, that would make the 15-year-old UK Love Hate fan in 1990 50 years old now. The 20-year-old fan, 55. And on and on and on until we all look like Gandalf. How long can I keep pulling people off their respective couches to come out to rock with me? How long will people still get excited about going to see live music? Going to rock shows used to be a weekly thing for most people. Now it's kind of like a hassle. I don't want to go see AC/DC. Who wants to sit in row Z in the back of a stadium and gaze through binoculars at a 73-year-old gray-haired Angus? Oh, and pay ridiculous ticket prices just for the privilege. Guns N' Roses had a good run the last few years because they reunited. People who had never seen legendary Guns N' Roses could finally see Duff, Slash, and Axl together. And they did great numbers. People loved it. I love it. I hail those guys. I hail Axl. Now they're coming back again and they're playing stadiums. Do people still care enough to go? Same with the Stones. Jagger is still as spry as he ever was. He's a whirling dervish. Keith Richards looks exactly the same, petrified, like a 1,000-year-old tree. But in the end, will they still do great numbers? I don't know. Yeah, man, we've seen them. People will say, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, yeah, we've seen them. Who wants to watch the Eagles mime to a track for $1,000 a ticket? Will people still want to see that? Part of me feels the inevitability of it all. The knowledge that in 10 years, it'll all be over. This. Jagger will be 91 then. He'll be a stuttering Frankie Valli in some puppet show production of the Rolling Stones, miming to a track in a tuxedo like that old Disney attraction, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. You know, I went and saw The Temptations a few years back, me and my wife, and it was a good show, but honestly, there was only one real Temptation up there. One graying old Morgan Freeman looking dude and 4 30-year-olds playing the hits. They sounded great. They were really singing, and that's something. So we went backstage, we met the guys, and one of the younger Temptation guys, he was all shoveled up on coke and sweating. I was impressed. He really was a Temptation, channeling David Ruffin, old school. Here I am on a plane, on my way to another show in another city. You know, in my opinion, I think I sing better than I ever have before. But you know what? That's not an accident. It's all hard work. All the stuff that nobody really sees, you know, the exercise, the rehearsal, all that, so I can still make it look easy. Go watch my Artist Singing series. That series of videos isn't just about singing better. It's life coaching, man. I'm a life coach for all those fading musical geniuses. I can help you to stay afloat so that you don't lose your voice singing 5 shows in a row. Preparation, confidence, discipline, execution. You can't have confidence without discipline. You can't have good execution without good preparation. That's it. And you can't suck. You just can't. You can't just wing it in this YouTube world. They will crucify you. The life lesson is learning how to survive in this unforgiving, sometimes brutal musical profession when all around you is fading away. The things that were real and tangible once, the things that you learned from experience and hard work, things you could count on. I mean, how do you still continue to make a living when all around you are mesmerized watching Netflix and smoking weed? You have to be better than ever. That's all. That's the secret. You got to strive for excellence. That's all you can do. I survive because I still have that passion to want to do it. Somehow to defy gravity, lying to myself and ignoring all the aches and pains of growing old. Keeping my soul intact when others have had theirs chipped away. I'm always hustling. I play music all the time. I grab a payday when I can, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. YouTube is a fucking job. It totally is. I've had this channel for a few years now, and I find myself constantly having to reinvent the channel. You know, in the beginning, this channel was just going to be a refuge for my solo music, but actually, it's become sort of an extension of me. How did you hang on the Hollywood sign, Jizzo? Well, that's a good story. Let me tell you about it. Be it humor or sarcasm, or sometimes having to speak the plain truth when others can't or won't. Some might ask, how do you play these old songs every night and not feel like a parody of yourself, sweating to the oldies? Well, you have to have the soul of a real entertainer and believe what you do with the knowledge that you still do it well. Real chops, real hair, singing in key, that's good. Don't want to be Flat Albert. Don't want to rely on the auto-tune or lean on the tracks. I don't have that look on my face like I don't want to be there, because I do want to be there, wherever there is, and I want to stay there. I don't ever want to lose that desire for excellence. Even when the odds are against you, even when you're tired or salty about something happening behind the scenes, I'm glad none of that shows. Here's a big one. I thank the audience every night, and believe me, that's also real. It's not some dumb catchphrase I say on stage. It's real. The fans, the audience, they're a crucial part of this equation. Some might say the most crucial part. If people stop going to concerts, it's over for all of us. No more Slaughter, no more Warrant, no more Great White, no more GNR, no more Slash. If people don't want to see live music anymore, then it's fucking over. Simple as that. Then we really will be avatars and ghosts, former singers from former working bands that were formerly working but now reside in the musical phantom zone of history, along with Cab Calloway and Ernest Goes to College. He's dead too. Do not go gently into that dark night. Do not become an anachronism. Stay frosty, man. Stay alive, whatever the cost. It's your old pal Jizzo, rockin' and rollin'. We'll see you next time.